Hi everyone, it's Scott here and I'm going to give you a quick update on what I've been doing with Flash drivers so far. So I've been taking a bit of a hiatus on this project, but I've come back a bit now and I've written some of the final things, and really at this point it's acting like I want it to act, and it's acting like Flash driver really should in the end product. There are a couple of things that I still want to add in, but this is very much the core functionality done, and essentially I could release this as it is now, but I want to add the cool stuff in. So it's getting close. So I'll show you what I have so far. So what I showed you before was the code for all the clash sensor and the flicker and everything. And so what I've been adding at the moment is really just the extra features on there that make it awesome. So I'm going to add power, and you can see that bug at the beginning where the LED would flash when it's turned on. It's all fixed. I've been doing a lot of bug fixing as well. So the first thing I'd like to show you is, well, of course everything still works like it's supposed to. You can change the speed with the potentiometer. But I added in the blaster block feature on the aux switch, so let me just turn this up all the way so I can show you. So you can tap the switch and it will do a blaster block, and that's also configured by this potentiometer, so that will be your clash length as well. So I can turn this down and you have a shorter clash. Well, let's turn it really down so you can see. So it's a short clash and then a short blaster block as well. So that was a small thing that I added in. Now the next thing I did was, that I'd said in the previous video, was to do with the static flash and the flickering. So I added in that code finally, so you saw the flickering, and that configures the static flash on. So you can see now, let me turn this back up. So now we have the static flash and everything works exactly the same, except it's static, and you can see where this now comes into play with very short flashes if you really want them. If we were to do that with flicker, it sometimes doesn't look so great with the flicker on. So we've got the static flash in as well, and that all works, and everything works exactly the same. So those of you who wanted the static flash, like the old flash drivers, then you can have that too. And then the next feature I have is one that was really a problem in the initial versions of Flash Driver, and it essentially is the problem of, you have this flash and clash in your saber, but you only want that when your saber is actually turned on. So with the older versions of Flash Driver, it would give you flash and clash whenever the kill key or the board was powered, basically. And if your kill key is attached to both your soundboard and your Flash driver, then you have a bit of a problem. So one of my goals in this project was to solve that in this version. And so I've incorporated something called bladesense, which you have actually been seeing, but I haven't really demoed it in this video yet. And it's just this wire here, basically. So what you'll do, essentially, and I'll provide more details on the actual release of the board, is you will have, depending on your setup, some sort of input into the board that will essentially just tell the flash driver when your blade is on. So I've called it bladesense. And the easiest way to visualize this is if you were doing a stunt saber, and all you would have to do is input your voltage past your switch that would go to your LED, and it would just be that voltage in, and whenever your switch was turned on and your LED was turned on, then Flash driver would also give you your flash and clash. So that's what this is pretty much acting as right now. I'm also planning to have it integrated well with the Petit Crouton, as I know lots of you want to use this board with your PCs, and hoping to have it with FX boards as well, but that's given me a couple of problems, which I hope to solve. But for the moment I'll just show you the basic functionality so I don't have to go into too many details about it. So essentially what happens is this wire would be, this is just going to the power source. So all I have to do is pull it out, and you can see that nothing works. So I can do whatever I like here, and the power's in, and as soon as I turn my saber back on, or put this wire back in, hopefully in the right place, everything starts working again. Take it out, and nothing works. So that solves that problem, and I'll be including that in the final product, and I think it's actually working really well for what I expected of it. So we're getting to the end of the project. I'm adding not a lot of stuff in right now, because it's really not much else to add, but I am adding some small things all the same and making everything very streamlined. So you should be able to see these reasonably soon. I'm hoping to have a prototype in my hands by somewhere near the end of the month, but of course you never know what's going to happen and get in the way, so I'm not going to give any guarantees, but I'm hoping to have them very soon, and I know everyone's very excited. And just to give some sort of reference on what these are going to be like, this is a V1 board. You can see that's how big it is. The current PCB for V2, which is all of this, is smaller than this, slightly. It's not really small, but it's slightly smaller. But fear not, the solder pads are all bigger, and I tried to make it very user-friendly to solder to and use. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're just about as excited as I am for this project. See you next time.